What's it called? So we're back on another episode. We fucking it's been good. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving just was yesterday. Now you're watching, it was 2 days ago. But what I did want to say was, I know we're supposed to do this whole my 1 whole year anniversary thing, have a couple. What I wanted was, I wanted to make a big episode where I had all the people that I had in the past pop onto the pod, and then talk to them a little bit, and then move it in, like bring in a new group of people, and then how's your year, how was your everything, whoop de whoop, all this and that. Like, just kind of want to take over. I kind of want to talk over like what happened last year, from the beginning of the year that we started the podcast to now. Like, what have you learned from me, and what have I learned from you, type of situation. That's what I wanted. And we're supposed to have the grupo. I remember, if you guys remember the grupo, what's it called? I can't think the name right now, but these fools were on my pod, and I wanted to bring them on as well. So I wanted to have like a group of a ton of fools just to pop up and just have a good time. I was gonna do like a pre pod vlog type shit, where it was like I was just gonna record what's going on before the pod actually starts, and then when the pod starts, we all settle in, we're all baked and faded and shit, just hanging out and have a good time, and talk about our journeys, and what we expect to have next year around this same time, like just goals, like yearly goals type of situation. So that wasn't able to happen. That didn't happen just because it didn't happen. Things then tend to happen all the time, so it's not, you can't always have it like you want it. So with that being said, you got to roll with the punches. Talking about punches, I'll tell you something right now. Talking about punches, I'm gonna tell you a little story before I tell you the actual pedo, right? So I go to this I hit up one of my homies, right? A good friend of mine. I hit him up and asked him, "Hey, bro, like, are you available this day, or what are you doing? Are you working? Are you doing this and that?" So I saw him on his post. He was throwing, like, he's a coach and shit for like fighting and stuff. So I was like, maybe this fool can train me again, whatever, right? So I was like, I was gonna go up to him and talk to him. I went twice, whatever. I'll cut the story very short. So anyways, I go once, wasn't there. I go twice, wasn't there. I text him, he reads it. The first message, I sent him another video, say, "Yo, bro, I was here just so you know that I wasn't bullshit," right? And then he doesn't write back to me at all or nothing. He just kind of like stops writing to me. I say, you know what? It is what it is. Fuck it, So then I start finding these other gyms. I'm like, I'm just gonna find another gym that does want me and wants the business, So fuck it. So boom, I start hunting down. I go to this gym. I go to that gym. I go to multiple gyms, and this one gym that stood out to me because I walk into this gym or whatever, and I'm chilling right there. And what happened was, I'm waiting like 10 to 15 minutes, and everyone's sparring, doing a little thing. It's kind of like under construction, I guess. And there are like some guys were doing jiu-jitsu, like a lot of them were doing jiu-jitsu over here, and like 2 or 3 guys were doing fighting over here, just a little bit. And I'm waiting 10 to 15 minutes. I'm like, they're doing their thing. Can't interrupt them right now. So I don't interrupt them or whatever the fuck. So I wait, and then some other dude pops up, boom, and he sits down. He doesn't even ask me anything. He just sits down like nothing. So they're saying, "Hey, how can I help you? Are you here to woo-de-woo," right? Anything. He doesn't. So with that being said, and I go, "Hey, bro, do you work here?" So I had to be the one to say something. He's like, "Yeah, I work here, bro." So he goes, "Yes, I work here, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Hey, bro, how much is the price of this? How much is this and this and that?" Like all these other, prices, times, whatever the fuck. He tells me, technically, we're not open. We're closed. I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm like, oh, they're closed because of time. They're closed at 8, 9, whatever time clock, they're closed. So I get it. Cool. So what I didn't understand, I guess they're technically closed because they're under construction. That they didn't explain that to me. So while that's being said, I asked, okay, so how much can I join for it? Like how much is it, whatever. And then they tell me the price, and I tell them, oh, okay, cool. So can I kind of like join any day or not? Or how does it work, whatever, right? So then he says, well, you can't technically, hold on one second. I'll tell you guys right now, I got to send a message. It's very important. So I had to pause it for a quick second because I'm sending a message. I'll tell you guys right now all about it. But, so whatever, this guy tells me the price, and they said they're closed and whatnot, right? And then I'm like, what can I sign up to? And when can I sign up? And he technically says, oh, it's like 2 months from now. I was like, 2 months from now? What the hell is this? So what happened was, there's this other guy that I'm like, oh, I know so and so, So I said the guy's name. He's like, oh, you know him? That's him right there. I don't remember what he looked like. I don't remember none of the guys that came into the place, because where I work at, they walked in one day and they're like, hey, we fight, we do this over here at this spot, whatever. So whatever. That's what I had in mind. I went. I didn't recognize him, so I'm like, which one is it? And the guy tells me that's this guy. I'm like, oh, he looks so different. I haven't seen him in a long time. So then he gets like his attention or whatever when they're sparring and stuff. That fool kind of walks over here. He's like, yeah, I do like private lessons. But basically he was saying he does private lessons only right now. But they didn't want to take, me as a customer, like contract or nothing. They just wanted to not do it at all. So it's like, they're kind of forcing me, or only option was you can only take one-on-one classes with me. Either you pay this or this for a half hour, for a full hour. And I was not going to do that shit. So it just seemed like they didn't want my business. So I went elsewhere. And I found a cool little spot, actually, that does like jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. They do all sorts of little things. And I'm about to hop in that hole real quick and bite out. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. But yeah, I'm gonna be joining that shit pretty soon. I want to go try out the other day. It was pretty fucking awesome, some little kicks, some little punches. I don't know nothing yet, but when I know something, I'm gonna know it. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. That thing's kind of exciting for me. It's very exciting. Like, I don't know, just it gets me going. You know what I mean? That motherfucker, get your bitch. Like that, it just gets me going. But I don't know, something about like throwing motherfuckers, twisting their ankles, and it's just something like that. Like, how does the body even know how to do? How do you even know how to do what you got to do to grab it? It's just awesome as fuck. I think that's pretty cool. I think jiu-jitsu's probably been like my favorite type of fighting, or not fighting, but the type of defense. Martial art, whatever you want to call it. But I think that's always been my favorite. And Muay Thai for like punches was always Muay Thai, just because they kick knees and fucking elbows, all that shit, just gnarly as fuck, right? But that being said, I'm going to be joining the gym pretty soon. It's going to be really fucking cool. So I'll have the gym, and then I'll have the fighting gym, which will be fucking fun. And then I got to cancel the other gym membership. So I got 2 gyms. I'll be having 3 gyms, but I got to cancel 1. But the only reason why I don't cancel the one I choose, because this girl that's so cute. Ooh, I don't know. She's just so cute. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, she's adorable. So it's like, I haven't been there in a while. I haven't been there for like a month. So I don't know if she's still there. But if she is there, I kind of want to go like, go in there, get the number, say what's up. She don't want it. She wants it. Then she wants it and he gives it to her. That's what I'll do. And then I'll like cut my contract or whatever I got going on with him. Boom. And then just stick to these other 2. But when I had you guys on a little break there, I actually was sending out a message to this thick old girl. But yeah, this is a thick ass chick right here that I started talking to literally seconds ago before I started on this pod. I was just messing around, but she's so thick and she's so fun. Oh boy. It's like a kid at the candy store, you know what I mean? But oh boy. Anyway, that's what I got excited for a little bit. I was like, fingering right there, doing what I was doing. But yeah, I was just sending out that message, so we can get it going. See, we figure shit out. Talking about girls, right? Like, I noticed that I don't like the little talking too much on the text. Like, we text and stuff. Cool for a little bit, get to know you for a second, what you're into, but chit-chatting for a whole fucking week or 2 to figure out who you are is like, let's go hang out. And if we like each other, cool. And if we don't, that's cool too. And you get to know it right then and there, rather than, oh, you like this, who's, nah, I don't know. It just seemed too gayish for me to be doing too much texting. That's after you're with her or you get with her, whatever, something like that. But I don't know, I try to get past that, and I think that's where I fuck up. But I also fuck up too, where it is like, hey, let's go hang out, and like the date is set, and then I don't even pull through. I'm just like, you know what, I'm not gonna go. Like, I think I've said that in the pods in the past, but I do be pulling out so much. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna go. Never mind, it's not gonna work. So I don't know why I do that, but I've done that shit so many times in the past. So I don't know if that's my problem or part of the problem, and the other part is these chicks, So I can't really say that it's them or me. It's probably both, But we'll fucking see what happens with this one, huh? Hopefully this is a lucky winner. Chicken dinner. So we're supposed to talk about how, we're at the 1 year mark already with the podcast. What does the future look like for the pod and is other shit. um and honestly, I don't even know where this podcast is gonna go. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's just it's kind of like it's in the air with it. I felt like I don't know, dude. Like I feel like it's going somewhere, right? But then again, it's like, do I gotta have more patience? Damn mosquito. Anyway, fucking mosquito, piece of shit. So it's like I don't know. It's like I don't like to wait too long for things, but if it's a patience, it's like, do I look at other YouTubers and other people that do podcasts and say, okay, when they started, how much did they start? How many did they have in the first year? Do kind of analytics and shit. But then again, I can't be based on the shit that other people do because every single person is different, and for everybody, for every dog, it gets their day. Like for everybody gets their day. Everybody gets the day to shine and be able to make it and get a chance. But it's like, what if I'm just right there? Like, what if this was the video that I quit right here and I was like, you know what, guys, this is the last podcast we're ever doing. And it was just that one next one that, dude, you fucking had it. And then that next person ends up blowing up because I fucking quit that one pod. I quit that shit. It's like, I don't want to be a quitter either, but I also want to be honest and say, you know what, maybe this pod shit's not for me. Hey, maybe this is not for me. This maybe is wasting my time. Maybe I'm not going to get nowhere. But I don't know. There's something in me that I know there's something for me in this type of realm, this type of little category in the YouTube area. Like, I think I just got to be that. I have to be there at the right time. I don't know. I don't even know, It's like, I just want to say these things for it to happen. But it's like, probably got to be there at the right time with the right people to see me do the right thing for them. Like, oh, this guy's something. They help me, or I help myself really because I put myself out there to get myself noticed and all that other things. I don't even know. But I don't know what the future holds for this pod. I really don't. But I will say this. I won't quit yet. And if I do quit, it's because I tried it. It just didn't work out. But as of right now, this shit's up in the air. I don't know. It's like I want to do all these other shits. Like I want to do my pod. I said that shit in the past. Like I want to do my podcast still. I want to do my other channel still. I want to do that. And then run the hot dog situation. Get the bread. That's still in the works. And then like gyms and all the other shits, like stuff I want to do off camera, and when it's not recorded, it's like I want to be able to paint a little bit. I want to be able to fucking go hang out with the fam, go do this, go do that, do shit, or go out one fucking Friday night and not worry about going to work. None of that shit where I could just be free for a day, type of shit. But I don't know if I need discipline. I don't know what I need really. Like I'm just being fucking honest with you guys and shit. But I really don't know what it is I need. But I think I signed myself up for the gym or the fighting gym because I feel like that's more like a discipline. Like you're paying lots of money, and if you don't show up, then you kind of just waste your money. You're on a contract, you're kind of wasting your money. And I feel like I need that shit. I feel like I need a little more discipline to be able to say, you know what, I can't do this because I know tomorrow I'm going to be doing this. I can't be doing that because I know. And then slowly but surely build a character of who you want to be or the person you're becoming, because sometimes people mold you to be a better you, not the way exactly you want it, but something very similar to what you want or something you should be. And maybe being around certain people, like, going to the gym or going to places where I like the things other people like I've said in the past, and have those guys be your friends and shit, and hang out with those kind of people. Like people like filming, boom, film with them, hang out with them, get to know shit. People like fighting, go fight with them, have a good time, spar, whoop-de-woo, whatever we're into, and I'm just starting to find myself a little bit more, and I don't have my shit together, but I feel like I act like I got it together just so I don't break down and shit all together, because I feel like sometimes we just need that little screw. We unscrew a little thing, a little bit of the screw. We unscrew it a bit, and then everything just falls apart, kind of like a domino, So sometimes I just tighten my screw up just a little bit, just to hold myself together. And that's what I'm here doing now and trying to just figure it the fuck out. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure it all out and shit. But I don't know. I don't know what the fucking future, what the future has for us and shit. Or for me, I mean for the pod, for all that. All I do know is I do want to fucking make it, that's for sure. So I don't want to quit or none of that shit. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I want to talk about but I do want to talk about the shit that I did learn. The craziest thing I learned this from the beginning of this podcast. From the beginning of this pod. If you guys gotten this far in my podcast right now, go ahead and comment down Pepsi. Just typed in Pepsi that you got down this far to the fucking pod, eh? But I did want to talk about the things that I learned from the beginning of the year to now, which was for a whole year, last year to this year. And I learned a lot of good things and I actually learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned good and bad. Good because I learned a lesson from it, bad because it happened to me. But it's all part of life. So, in the beginning of this whole podcast, as you guys seen all the videos, we had Danny on there. He popped out a couple videos, and then he started slacking off, and then he bitched out, and that's fine. It is what it is. But the thing that was the problem was he bitched. Wasn't mad enough to say, hey, bro, I don't want to do this no more. You're on your own. But he didn't even do that. He just bullshitted, just like everybody else does bullshit, And I feel like that's the reason why I have to be so honest with everything, and mostly everything, and why I keep it 100. Because people bullshit so much that there's so much of it that there's, it's just too much of bullshit and just a sprinkle of the real shit. And then when you get a little real shit on the bullshit, people go crazy, or they don't know how to act. So with that being said, that was a lesson learned. I lost that fool. Good thing though that I lost him, because it showed me I can't count on nobody. Boom, So I said, if you want something, you gotta do that shit alone. And the whole time, it's been, I don't know how many months now, I've been fucking running this pod. I've been doing all this shit by myself. I've grown as a person in maybe other areas that I don't notice yet, or maybe I'm matured in some other areas that I just can't notice yet. But I think that's a good part. And then down the line, I met some cool ass people, working where I work, and then people popping on the pod. I got my buddy Manny. Appreciate you, dog. He popped out a couple times. As you guys see him the first time on that episode, he fucking choked on smoke. Man, if you're watching this, go ahead and type some shit down there, my guy. I remember that shit. So Manny, shout out to you for popping on my pod. We had fucking Adrian pop on there. We had fucking Dan. Was it Danny? No, the other Danny. Oh no, that fool hasn't popped on yet. But my boy Danny out from Tustin out there. Fucking, we got to get you up on there. Who else did we have? We had Wyatt. Shout out Wyatt. We're actually gonna get Wyatt sometime either in the next week or two. We're gonna get him going for a second pod. He wanted to pop on and tell us about what's going on over there. Who else did we have? We had the grupo. We had the boys on there. They popped on. Appreciate you boys. Love you guys. Who else did I fucking had? Oh, fucking, we had a piece of shit Christian that fucking stole from me. That guy. He popped on. Thanks for popping on to show me you're an asshole, but that's fine. And then I also learned that lesson too. Hanging out with that fool, I came to realize that hanging out with that type of guy was not even being oh, they want better, that all 0%, zero. But hanging out with that sort of person was it's kind of like an infection, when you put a good fruit and a rotten fruit next to each other, this rotten fruit is going to contaminate this one eventually, right? And that's exactly what he was doing. But I wasn't noticing because I was all up in it. When you step back and you're like, oh, this is what's going on. Then you realize, okay, this is going on. Then you can actually see it for what it actually is. And I didn't see it until he actually stole from me and did all that dirty work, whatever. I had him work as a worker too. So then, therefore, it showed me a bunch of lessons that I learned this whole year. So it's a lot of dumb shits happened. And yeah, I don't know, just life's, this year's been kind of nutty. It's been actually a good year, and it's also been a bad year, but it's been more good than it's been bad. Well, one, because look, I get to wake up. I've been waking up the last 365 days. I'm healthy, probably the healthiest I've ever been. Right? I got a roof over my crib, over my head. I got clothes on my back. I get to shower every night. I get to sleep in the bed every night. I got my mom and my dad that are awake, they're still alive. My sisters, my brothers are still alive. My nieces, my nephews, right? And my people that I love me and the people that I love still alive. That's good. That's a blessing. My pets, all that shit. So that's like the super good part. That's why I say it's way better than it was worse. Like just on the bad shit was just those hiccups that we got to go through in life and shit. So I dealt with those and I handled that shit like a boss, So it's not a big deal. We figured shit out. I didn't make a scene, just very chill about it. So that's just how I do it. And I don't get involved. That's why everywhere I go, I just try not to get involved in anything. Like you ask me if I seen something, nope. I heard something, nope. I don't know, never know nothing. Even when I know something, I don't know nothing. That's just how it is. That way you don't get in problems. No one said, "Oh, Spoon said he told me this part." I didn't say nothing because I don't know nothing. I think a lot of people know that I don't know nothing because I don't give a fuck. If it doesn't have to do nothing with me or involve me, then I don't really care about it. Unless you're telling me out of your own will, like, "Oh, this and this happened," I'm gonna ask questions because you're telling me. So why not ask? So besides that, I keep it just like that, really simple, and yeah. But yeah, this year was pretty good. It was pretty good. Besides those stupid ass hiccups, we had a couple hiccups. Even off camera, we had dumbass little hiccups. Shit that I was going through and all that other shit too. But yeah, dude, fucking just holding it down still. So that's gonna wrap this episode for this week. We're gonna catch you guys up next week. Hopefully, we get the boys on soon. They're fucking lagging. That's why we didn't have the podcast, because they fucking lagged. But I also lagged a little bit. So it was on both of our parts. And that's why we didn't have an episode last week. That was on him. Look, and that's Homegirl right there. Look at her. She's going crazy. Or you're like, I might even keep you guys posted on what happens to old Thicky. We're going to call her Old Thicky, all right? That's her name, Old Thick Girl. Bad out. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to go ahead and write back right now, end this pod here, and see what the fuck tonight brings. It's Friday night. It's 7:20. Ooh, time to get freaky. Freaky deaky. Alright, but I'm tuning out that. I love you guys. Thanks for whoever been sticking through with me. The 50 plus some subscribers that have been watching me, or whoever's been watching me, because I see the views. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Even if it was one view, like I said before, even if I got one view, that's one view that someone spent their time to listen to my bullshit, listen to my stupid shit, whatever it is that I got going on in my life. That's what that is, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Spoonchy loves you guys. Peace.